that are legendary in Dota. People talk about how, oh, it comes up with the best drafts. Very often, he has players that are incredibly talented on different heroes as well, though. So in this game, Earthshaker and Disruptor are going to be the combination. Good team fights, and we'll see if that's going to be the position 4 or 3 Shaker. Probably a position 4, I would only imagine. And that's going to be most likely played by Yapsor in this game, as Puppey should be that Disruptor. We meanwhile see Omni Knight getting picked up here again. Pretty good reaction. When you see a Disruptor, the Omni Knight is quite good at saving and protecting whoever gets targeted down. So Virtus Pro setting themselves up in a nice way.
Penguin.
Yeah, I don't know why he chose to call himself that, but, you know, sometimes he feels like a penguin, I guess.
Yeah.
That's, you know, hasn't...
Maybe on his Smurf.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely occasionally problems at LAN events, you know, like you forget your authenticator or your... we had the Arteezy account bugged at the Shanghai Major where he had to play on his Smurf because he just couldn't log in or something like that. So
there was recently as well, Misery is playing on an account that previously was Envy's, so he showed up as Envy
really?
on Open Dota. That was funny. Envy playing support Bane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Supporting Arteezy Sven. Wait, what?
The no Tide Hunter days coming back.
I like the ban here from Virtus Pro going into the Razor ban. If you pick an Omni Knight, generally it's a good idea to get rid of Razor. It's something we talked about on the first day, that matchup is almost impossible to do anything at all as Omni Knight. You want to avoid having that kind of a tool in Team Secret's, you know, toolbox here. So Bane and Lifestealer are going to be the bans out from Team Secret. I think mainly just Lifestealer is super hard to play Disruptor or Shaker against. Unless you get a really good jump on him and start before he rages, then you're not going to be able to do anything. He can always rage off the glimpse, and Shaker has a tough time comboing fully onto him. You got to keep in mind strength heroes as well with the status resistance. It's easier to get the rage out.
Now, I was going to ask, you know, we started the draft talk about Razor and Tide being the two common threads, the recurring theme for Secret. Both of them banned instantly. Come out with an Ace Lone Druid for Secret, though, along with a Disruptor Earthshaker, good solid laner. Kind of self-sustaining, so Ace keeps your lane super open.
Ace is pretty much the player who brought back Lone Druid a little bit, I want to say, because he was out of the meta really hard, and then Ace just shows up and plays a Lone Druid that makes everyone rethink, like, wait, I thought Lone Druid was bad hero, and then, okay, perhaps it's not that bad. And he is amazing at just getting a lot of farm. I've seen him play the Aghanim's Lone Druid late game, a lot of these games as well, if he gets enough farm. And that can be super frustrating to deal with, a bear that runs around and actually attacks your base when you're split pushing. So they're drafting a 5-man type lineup here on Virtus Pro with the Omni Knight and DP. We're now starting to see the intention of Virtus Pro's draft. They definitely want to go and take the high ground quite early on. And it's in those scenarios, if they can delay long enough with Secret that they can get relevant on Lone Druid, have enough farm, and in late game scenario, that Aghanim's, it destroys 5-man lineups. It really does.
I'm actually, like, thinking about it. It's kind of settled in now in my brain. The Earthshaker first phase, out of the ordinary, but I'm starting to kind of like it the way this draft's going, because if VP wanted to go for like a TB or a PL, right, they've kind of preempted any of these illusion heroes by just having an Earthshaker. It's like, hey, we have an ES. If you want to pick PL, you can go for it, but Yapsor's going to absolutely dunk on you.
And Yapsor plays a really mean ES as well, so that's going to be tough to play any of those heroes against. We still have yet to see what Virtus Pro are going to pick as their carry. Can only imagine that a Luna would be in their minds here. When you have Repel, you have DP, you could easily break high ground with that. Starting to think about other heroes. Sometimes Juggernaut is played with DP, but probably not the best combination since he already has Magic Immunity. Doesn't really need the Repel so badly.
Well, a mid-1 Invoker comes out, so we're getting some big signature heroes here for Team Secret. We saw Abed play this yesterday, did reasonably well, but it didn't work out in the end.
That Lincoln's unfortunately being on the courier and stuff, yeah, that was really sad to watch. He got picked off when the courier was dead and he couldn't have the Lincolns in his inventory. But I think it's a pretty good hero at buying more space and time, and the EMP can also hit really hard on the DP later on.
It definitely feels like Invoker now, relatively slow, but he's got ways to kind of stay in the lane. You know, we're back to the Forge Spirit builds with the extra Quas. But but the tie-in here with the Lone Druid, right? With the Radiance timing coming out from Ace, you'll have like Radiance Lone Druid and then maybe a Midas Ags Invoker where you're starting to kind of build up the pace. But early game, I worry a little bit for Secret against the 5-man from VP.
For sure. And they're continuously building into this. After you've shown the DP, I mean, it's obviously going to be pushing heroes from here on. I was thinking maybe a Jakiro, maybe a Rasta. Rasta does indeed come out. And a nice thing that we should mention about Invoker Lone Druid as well is that they have the Alacrity onto their bear.
Oh,
very strong combination, both for pushing, but also for fighting too. The damage on the bear gets pretty high, and with the attack speed, you're pretty much guaranteed to get some roots. So, Secret, what hero are you concerned with as the last here? What kind of carry? Because I was thinking Luna, they're thinking Weaver. Yeah, that could be tough for Lone Druid. Weaver is just one of those heroes that lock onto Lone Druid, and you can't really get rid of him, and it's super annoying.
Like, you have Static Storm and Echo Slam, but those are ultis that you'd have to expend just to try and catch the Weaver, right? And if one of them fails, then it's all downhill from there.
But that speaks volume. The fact that they have those tools, which are pretty damn good at killing the Weaver, and still they respect it enough that they want to get rid of it. That definitely speaks to how strong they think it is. And of course, Virtus.pro, notoriously a team that plays Weaver in the past. They always enjoyed this hero. Thinking what kind of hero we're gonna see here coming out of Ramses.
You mentioned the Luna, right? You still think that's
I still think
good here?
Still think it's an option. They could go into a Terrorblade since they have the repel as well. Sure, there are illusion clears, but it could be done. It adds a lot of push. It's gonna be the Luna. All right.
Fair enough.
That's the most expected. I was a little bit surprised that they banned the Weaver over it, since this looks so natural. The 5-man of Virtus.pro is, you know, it's beautiful.
Italian kiss.
Yeah, it really is.
The chef's kiss. He did the arm movement as well, guys. Don't worry.
Team Secret is, however, aiming to drag the game out a little bit longer. It's going to be super important that Secret get a strong laning phase. Whereas Virtus.pro, if they don't have the best laning phase, they can still recover into it and get a farmed Luna going for the mid-game, late-game. But if Team Secret struggle in the early, it's going to be tough. Oh, the Phoenix!
I was going to ask about Darkseer here. Was a good vacuum into, you know, Static Storm, Meatball, Tornado combos. But
yeah,
Phoenix here, what does this bring to the table for Secret that maybe, you know, something like a Darkseer or, you know, a Magnus or whatever else?
You know, Phoenix is #1 on my list on offlane heroes that I need to learn because they're quite strong in this patch and I don't know them well enough. I've seen a lot of teams use this, and Phoenix on the offlane does a lot of damage with the easy execution. You just dive in and do tons of damage into the enemy team. The thing is, he can build into Aeon Disc as well later on, which makes him almost impossible to burst before the egg comes out. I think this is just securing their high ground defense primarily, but could also be pesky in the laning stage. I want to say that this is a tough lane to bother, though. The Rasta Luna, it doesn't get much more juicy than that on the safe lane, with the Tusk roaming as well. So we'll see if he can do any form of damage in the laning stage, because that's the only issue I have with Phoenix is how do you win that?
Yeah, it definitely feels like Secret throughout the draft have kind of, you know, ramped themselves up into this kind of mid-game timing. We've seen Mind Control on Liquid bring out the Phoenix from time to time, though, and no matter what happens, I'm always surprised at how much damage Phoenix does. You know, you're talking about it, and it's kind of clicking in my head. You know, you've got the Fire Spirits, extra damage with the talent. You can go for a Veil build if you want to, and just really pump it out there.
Very often we do see that talent. The talent is just destructive. It kills creep waves extremely fast, and you can just kill the enemy heroes like it's nothing.
What do you have? You've got Spell Amp, potentially. GPM is pretty good, but then you've got Fire Spirit's DPS as well.
It tends to be GPM into Fire Spirit DPS, into cast range on the Icarus dive, and then it's situational on the final one.
Sunray's pretty good with the bear.
Yeah, Sunray is very nice, but the Supernova hit count can obviously be make or break. And if you go Aghanims, it's just impossible. You cannot kill the egg. It's so many auto attacks needed. Well, it is incredible.
The classic VP smoke down mid, get ward in, try and contest this bottom bounty rune as Poppy is the lone hero down here. Spotted out by Pasha, he sees him across the way. Eyes meet through the jungle.
Oh, he's taking the right path here. Could be dangerous if he runs back, and he does. He's gonna go down.
Pasha's scared him, lured him into a trap.
Oh no!
Puppy, you've been found! Spirit Siphon and Shackles, well...
Who do they give the first one? Good luck, you guys! That's pretty funny. Have fun.
Ya Pasha, ya Bashu. With a little Timbersaw crazy face. So first blood over to VP. Smoke works out, and we've that's like the first one we've seen in a long time. So often, you know, you have the heroes kind of hiding down in this spot, trying to break the smoke coming in. But VP changed things up with the smoke down mid. Have fun mid one. Lil, he's a talkative one. This little Tusk.
Yeah, I mean, the same is true for mid one. Mid one is never late to you know, add some stuff in the all chat.
No problem, Penguin. So he forgot to switch his account, that's what the thing was. We were talking about it earlier, but it is Fata on the Phoenix. Orb Venom on the Phoenix up towards top. Yapzor will be helping out.
You're telling me he was smurfing, Gareth?
Yes.
Oh no.
Smurfing.
Smurfing in my 2018.
Ruining games.
Oh, Puppy in trouble a little bit. Taking damage, and he's not going to get away, I think. He's just dead.
He thought he could maybe get up the ramp. Tries with a kinetic field, but again, dead.
And again, Lil gives the kill to no one, so they're giving such a strong advantage here. 2 kills already on no one.
And a bounty room.
Before a single CS has been taken by Invoker, no one is already getting so far ahead here.
He's got Null Wand and almost a second Null coming out.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of items already.
Huge advantage. So mid one in a 1v2. Tusk hits level 2, so the snowball is now here. If mid one oversteps, they'll start with the shards, but mid one is in a pretty defensive position there. Lil unable to really capitalize on that. So dual lanes out from Secret on both of the side lanes here. Yapzor and Penguin top.
They need level 2 on Phoenix before they can really do anything, though. That's the downside. He has Icarus Dive, but that's mainly just a defensive tool. And Shaker not really finding a place where he can have an impact right now. Oh, Lil just barely missing the shards there. Pushed out the Invoker instead of pull him in. I think it's because of the Forge Spirit was in the way.
They get the kill on the Forge Spirit, though, so mid one's laning presence removed a little bit here as a nice little Fisher from Yapzor saves the Phoenix for now, has the Icarus Dive to get away, and Solo might just drop to this. A couple more punches from Yapzor will secure it, but the Lucent Beam from Ramses keeps Solo at arm's reach. Oh, now the Tango regen kicking in with a salve. Nope, doesn't have one. It was the Clarity that was popped. No salve there for Solo.
Shaker at 350 movement speed, Rasta at 285. Quite a big difference. You get run down and you die quite easily there.
What about this bottom lane then? Pasha, 1v1 against Ace for now. Puppy really hasn't had an impact.
Pasha played this Omni Knight in the game against SG as well. So this is, you know, a little bit of comfort, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Snowball, Yapzor. Didn't get trapped by the shards, but the shackles. Perfect in. Casual Sunstrike there from mid one. A bit of a waste of mana, right? Oh, he's got a regen. Never mind. He's got a regen rune going. It's fine. No waste at all. Perfect efficiency from mid one. How dare I talk bad about the master of the Invoker.
He knows what he's doing. He knows. Top lane, they're just trying to secure the Luna farm again. Luna's still getting a lot of CS here, though, but Phoenix managed to get his way to level 3. It's not too bad of a start.
Yeah, these 2 points in the Fiery Spirits. Solo is really feeling the burn there. And the force of the Icarus Dive, that's a pretty long cooldown, and Fisher used to try and block this creep wave up a little bit.
It is. They're a little bit too low HP to do anything, though, and Rasta just ate his last tango. He's down to only 1 branch as his inventory. So they're going to be forced back, and no HP regen on Ramses. They need to send a courier up here with some extra.
The classic Solo net worth, lol. 250.
Yeah, he knows.
Most of his monetary value is saved up in.
Position 6.
Liquid cash. Fata now. Dive is up again. Tries to get the Fiery Spirits over onto Solo. Still hiding in the trees. Dodges out from another one.
He dodges all 3, but he's taking some right clicks. But not really going to get too much done there. And mid lane right now, 12 denies on this Death Prophet. It's getting quite far ahead of the Invoker.
Oh, Fata. Lucent Beam secures it. Very nicely done there. Even with the Fisher block, they had the range to get that kill. Also something that I wanted to kind of bring up in the draft, but forgot about it mid-sentence or something like that. But the range of initiation here from Secret is super long, right? They've got Glimpse, they've got Fisher, they've got the Icarus Dive, once you get that talent as well, is very long range.
Oh, the
Solo.
block.
Ooh, hello.
Solo is going to go down. That's true. They have a very long range that they can initiate from or even counter-initiate from. And that's a nice tool to have. And then they have the Sunstrike, of course, to add in on all that.
Precisely. Especially good against, Luna and DP, who kind of like to stand still in a fight, right? They want to, maybe not DP, but Luna definitely just wants to kind of plonk herself down, get glaives bouncing. Maybe when you're pushing towers, DP is a similar story. You get up to the tower with your exorcism going. That long-range initiation definitely can catch you off guard. Tusk TPing mid. help out no one here a little bit with a double damage rune. Maybe look for a kill as Pasha rooted bottom. Was looking for the purification kill on the bear. Could have been close, but a quick entangling roots into the Savage Roar.
Just about to get his soul ring delivered soon, and that's going to be very nice for him. He's going to go for a shrine use just to heal up first. But he's doing quite well on this Omni Knight against the Phoenix.
Lucent Beam into shackles.
So much damage. Like I said, this lane combo has so much kill potential that I was struggling to see how Phoenix was going to get too good of a game, but still, he can't complain about this. 13 CS, got a lot of help from the Shaker, and he's doing quite alright for himself.
So when Solo stands next to Ramses, level 1 Lunar Blessing, he has close to 100 damage, average. 100
ranged damage mid. Pasha coming in with the heal as well as the gank here. Fisher is going to cut off the DP, but doesn't really matter. The slow is too strong.
Too much damage.
That was a nice rotation by Pasha. After going to his shrine, he just ran towards mid.
And now he comes in bottom lane, and guess what? It's pushed on his tower.
Yeah.
Lots of range creeps here. They're doing a decent chunk of damage, holding the wave back with the bear. Pasha will come in, but that's a Thunderstrike from Puppey, and now the harass from the bear sends him back to where he came.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent out his soul ring yet. He's waiting so much with it. Maybe someone else needs the courier, but...
Is this actually just a free tier 1?
Looks to be. I don't know if he can stop that in any single way. So many creeps as well.
With a catapult on top of it all, Solo gets away with murder there, steals the bounty rune. Yapzor and Fata unable to catch him or kill him. As Ace with a phase boot, he's going to try and continue the pressure on this bottom lane. Get up in the face of Pasha here. What's Yapzor doing? Yapzor! That's not your creep wave. Give it to...
Doing some pulling, messing around here, and gonna give some experience here to Phoenix, who's level 5 already. Once they have that ulti, they definitely want to make use of it. They switch Lone Druid top now immediately after taking the tower on bottom. So they want to keep getting all these tier 1 towers, using the power of the Lone Druid Demolish as soon as he has it.
No one's rotation, not quite catching Puppey. They give him bottom lane experience. Try and get him some boots as well. He's got the money for it.
Has to be careful though. Could quickly get run down by Pasha. Puppey. Not the easiest. Top, we see Lil kind of walking around here, but they see him. They have both teams have wards here. Really good vision for Dire.
A double observer ward in the top lane, in fact. Quick dive away from Fata as the Ice Shards trap Yapzor in. They cut the trees though, so Earthshaker gets a bit of distance. A nice Savage Roar.
A lot of spells, but no one really gonna go down to this. Both teams kind of sticking around, and the Root got pretty lucky there with a Fisher. That's a kill.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Thank you.
Yeah, no one expects the Root. Then it comes.
Where's the DP gone? So DP makes another movement down towards the bottom. Bounty runes get the double, hopefully, for no one.
Yeah, he's expecting to take both the runes down here, and Lone Druid not pushing too quickly here on the top lane.
A lot of space for the mid one Invoker. Oh, Puppey. Can you glimpse no one away this time? He tries for it and will succeed, but still the double bounty rune there for the DP. But mid one's Invoker now with Treads, Aquila complete, and a magic wand. He's come back really strongly into this lane after a devastating start.
He definitely has, and this is sort of the right-click Invoker builds, almost reminiscent of the double Forge Spirit build that we saw in the past. Some people were doing the Desolator build. But just the Treads is going to allow him to stand his ground and fight a little bit more.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of the old Fata Invoker build.
Exactly.
Not the mech one, but the Treads Force Staff, the Midas skip build.
The mech one. Fata's thing.
Mech
trying mech on
anything.
every single hero. Oh, wonder if Spectre is a mech hero.
I mean, he single-handedly created the SF mech meta around DAC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played it on Dragon Knight, on Razor, and on SF around that time. It was quite successful.
Yeah.
And then Mech got nerfed, more mana costs. And now it's not really a thing anymore.
SF got nerfed as well. Down the drain with that hero. Good Fisher blocks the DP. Cold Snap is there, but the Forge Spirit is dead, so a Spirit Siphon quickly out from no one will buy some time.
So Luna, she wants to protect this creep wave here. She's pushing in behind the tower. This could be dangerous though if someone counter TPs. But they're gonna get the Phoenix.
They're so quick about it.
Yeah.
Hex, Lucent Beam, set up for Shackles really nicely.
It's tons of damage.
Bottom lane, root in. Pasha caught, has Repel. Needs
One
to save
more
it for the
root.
glimpse though, doesn't he?
Happening? Could still get the root if he gets lucky, but the Degen Aura just barely keeping the bear at bay. 3 points in the Degen Aura is almost enough that he can just run away without the bear ever hitting him.
No one back into the jungle. Yet to see an exorcism come out of him, but the shrine, yeah, ready in 7 seconds.
Both teams getting pretty much everything they need here in the early game. Interesting thing to note is that Puppey actually has quite a few CS on his Disruptor. He's got 18 CS. He's been farming away quite a bit here with the Pulse.
Like Lone Druid left bot lane and then he got to farm bot lane a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Bit of free time. So Ace, pretty standard build. Phase boots on his hero, brown boots on the bear. Maybe a little bit slower than some of the kind of, you know, Midas rush builds that we sometimes see into the Radiance.
It's just stronger in the early game.
Yeah.
You want to value being powerful so that you don't just accidentally die on the most important hero in your team. And I can get behind that decision.
But it's a really nice farm spread again from Team Secret, because it's not just the Puppey Disruptor that's getting farmed, but you look at Yapzor, Soul Ring and Tranquil's already up. 2-1-1. He's died once this game, so he's keeping a lot of the gold in his pockets, not wasting it to any deaths. So the Blink Dagger looks like it's going to be here at a reasonable time, you know, pre-20 minutes potentially. For
sure.
Support Earthshaker.
Looks like it could be. And that is very big indeed, because they need to hold, like we talked about earlier, they need to hold the aggression that is going to come out from VP. We're still expecting VP to be the ones to start activating and pushing towers.
Front foot forward.
Whereas Secret are going to be the ones to try and delay that. But at least Secret managed to take the bottom tier 1 first with a Lone Druid.
Ooh. Ace has Maelstrom queued up.
Yeah, not going for the Radiance.
So even more faster paced kind of build up here as mid lane, Meatball in onto the Fisher, the Snowball trying to save no one, but the Echo Slam from Yapzor. Lil, you tried to save, but you put them in danger, and Glimpse back into his death means that a double kill there for mid one secures him a ton of gold, can finish off his drums very shortly.
It's just one more case of Yapzor being on point in a good position, and mid one super happy to get all those kills there. He alacritied himself up with the power treads, and he's hitting like a monster.
He's got drums actually, with 700 gold spare.
He does have them, yeah, so getting a nice early game build up here for every single core hero, making sure that they are not weak in the early game. Meanwhile, the Phoenix, of course, still saving for Midas. Pasha going for the rundown on Puppey, who has no TP.
Oh, Puppey.
But he has Glimpse, so there's no need to really chase there.
And Phoenix nearby. So Phoenix is the one going for the Hand of Midas, which, you know, you look at Invoker, Lone Druid, and Phoenix, and like all three of them could feasibly go Midas. It's kind of standard builds for them.
I think Invoker goes back for Midas after his drums, though. Okay. It's just a fighting item first, I think, and then he's going to go back for it, most likely.
Savage Roar sends the Luna back from the tier 1. Again, Secret defending these towers really nicely, but Exorcism is here and they're going to kill the bear.
300 golds going the way of Luna. That is so much money for you know, mismicroing ones.
Still coming in, still trying to defend. Fisher onto the Luna. In comes the bear, the second one this time, focusing Ramses. Maelstrom will strike, but Fata thinking about this dive into Supernova. The potential is definitely there.
But at the same time, they're going an Invoker, so mid one gets hexed up, snowballed in.
Nice cold snap.
Oh, he gets away.
Turn around with a meatball.
He's turning it.
The Fisher is there, and mid one's alive. The Lucent Beam won't be enough.
Sunstrike? Does he have it?
So
he has it. He gets it.
Sunstrike.
Oh my god, mid one, you beast. He gets ganked and gets 2 kills and walks away. His team is like, okay, okay. That was godly. A little bit unfortunate for him that they didn't get the ice shards the way they wanted, but holy crap, man.
I love
mid
the
one
laugh.
Is actually so good.
Invoker laughs as well as he gets the double kill. Like, haha, you tried to kill me? Well, they'll go in on Ace. Miss the shots now. Supernova comes out, and VP have to retreat. The Entangling Claws come through with a Savage Roar, and Ace finds another kill. Secret hitting their stride in this game as Puppey comes in with a ward, has a Static Storm ready to go.
Here. They want to go on Pasha.
Where's the silence? In they go. Start things off. He's got Repel. Pops it off with a TP. And
try for the roots.
Root not coming. He will get out.
Yeah, this is so massive. Like I said, Secret needs to have a good laning stage. This is far beyond what I meant when I was saying that this is such a great start for the Invoker. Not even going for the Midas now, he's just going for Aghanims as soon as possible. And he's going to have it. He's halfway there already. This is looking like a great timing. And must say, they've had a little bit of a trouble connecting the ice shards the way they wanted to. A lot of times, the enemy hero has just barely been outside of the range and they walk away. On top, and I think 3 times on mid, they have kind of missed the shards.
Yeah. little out of sorts. Secret, though, really hammering away in this game with another catch onto Pasha. They'll kill the Omni. And we thought that Virtus Pro, I'm not going to put your name on this, but I definitely thought that Virtus Pro here in the first 15, 16 minutes would be...
I'll sign that. I definitely believed so, but...
knocking on the doors of towers, pushing hard.
Secret are the ones who are just outplaying them right now. They're definitely taking control because their heroes are not even meant to be stronger at this very moment. But Lone Rid adding a lot of power, and then the fact that mid one survived on that mid gank, these are all implications from that, right? They took the top tower because of it. They got the kill on Omni Knight because of it. They got the kill, you know, like a lot of things happened due to the fact that Invoker didn't die there.
All these little knock-on effects happening. Ramsey's Mask of Manus into the Manta style, standard classic stuff. As Phoenix has finished off the Hand of Midas, moving into the Shiva's Guard now, it looks like. But I really just want to see Virtus Pro, you know, utilize a smoke, get some action going with more than just a couple of support heroes. They'll clear out these Ancients for now for Ramses. But Solo holding these Serpent Wards, he's hit level 6. But you look at the map and not a single tier 1 has fallen. They've all kind of been chipped away at. Secret have defended top tier 1 really nicely, which might be the sticking point here for VP. You know, they kept trying and trying top tier 1, kept getting pushed back and pushed back. Maybe it's time to go and revisit that little scenario again for themselves.
Still, though, one thing we need to keep in mind is that Luna is farming up a lot right now. She's getting to a point where she's going to have a Manta style extremely early, and this is a very important pushing component. So this could be interesting, seeing exactly how this is going to play out.
Was Ramses born in 1999?
He is very young.
He is very young, isn't he?
I don't know if he's... Yeah, that could be true, right? Guy, he's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking exactly. I was born in '89, and I'm like,
you too?
Yeah.
Okay. Good year. Damn good year.
It is a good year.
Yeah, Ramses the kid. I saw a clip of him earlier. He was sitting and screaming at the camera. He's so funny.
Funny little man.
Yeah, he's very talented, that's for sure. And he's getting a lot of responsibility in this game that he has to hard carry and do the work here on the Luna. But so far, looking great. The Courier flying maybe a dangerous path. Might get sent back.
Oh, Fata gets caught. Ramses moves in, and this will be a kill and likely a tower here for Virtus Pro. They group up as 5. They get something done.
However, as always, the Lone Rid on point, split pushing, gonna get a tier 2 for this, so definitely the bigger trade for him. And there's no point in TPing up here. It's not gonna be in time. Even if they did TP, Shaker is sitting there lurking, waiting for something to happen.
Blink ready. 17 minutes in.
Yep, he has it.
Already done. Aghanims for the Invoker now. These timings for Secret looking very good. As VP, you know, you were mentioning that Pasha, we saw his Omni Knight the other day. No fun build for him this time. You know, no Radiance, no messing around with that. Going for the Ether Lens, kind of realizing that he's not one of those, you know, carry core Omni Knights. He really is there to save his DP, save his Luna, make sure that they can accomplish the pushes that they require.
I think Ether Lens is a smart choice, especially since there's so long range of initiation on the side of Secret. So this just allows him to save his teammates from a little bit farther back. Oh, meanwhile, he is actually going to get brought down. I did not see that.
I was looking top because VP are moving in on top lane. I was like,
used the Disruptor ulti to kill him, and now Lone Rid, are you going to get away? He uses a nice Fear. Nice shards this time, collecting the way they need to. That's a big kill for them, for sure.
In comes mid one. In comes mid one. Meatball, Deafening Blast, and the Blink Echo. Yapso's caught the both big cores. Finally, the Eclipse will come out, but the Supernova's landing, and this is Team Secret wiping that freaking floor with Virtus Pro.
Not safe yet. They have to keep running.
Are you out? Clips in a second. They've got the vision. They have this solo kill. Maybe they want Lil instead. Nah, they'll drag back the Rasta. Down you go, Rasta man. No more dancing for you as mid one kills Lil with a Sunstrike. We should have looked at that instead because that was a sicker pick-off as Team Secret. They've got to be super happy with the way things are panning out.
Says Fada. Yep, that's definitely true. That Sunstrike maxed out level, of course, with the Aghanims as well. Super strong damage.
Okay, hand emoji.
This is looking tough. Already some high ground damage gonna be dealt. They lost their Lone Rid, but they get so much back in return.
What now for Secret? Back up, play the map. Plenty of farm to be had, both mid lane and back in the Radiant jungle as Ace is trying to finish off the Radiance. So Maelstrom into Radiance, not something that I've seen in a hell of a long time. Honestly, today...
Very farm-oriented build, yeah.
Today has been the day about talking history of Dota, right?
A little bit, yeah. And this build is definitely packing a lot of magical damage, which is pretty good against Luna, who has so much armor. So easier way to lay into her a little bit if we're looking away from just the fact that it's farming tools as well. And at the point when he does get the eventual Aghanims on Lone Druid, it's going to be quite helpful to have both those items. Tons of damage. Oh, mid one.
Oh, they pop the dust.
Almost gets dusted there.
Mid one's hidden. The rest of Secret look like they want to come in. This one Dire Observer Ward spots out any kind of aggression, though, if they were to pop out of their smoke.
Puppey gonna find an Arcane Rune, quickly just snagging it and moving away as the smoke is coming in here from VP. VP going for the Roshan. Puppey sees it, gonna glimmer and run. And now you have to think twice about it. VP seem to be a little bit outmatched every time here by the tiny movements of Secret.
Yeah, we were...
Oh, Puppey though.
Hexed, glimmered. Can they catch him and chase him, though? Tornado's good from mid one. In onto the Omni Knight. Meatball's dropped, but this is Exorcism from no one. Now, Ramses needs to get into battle to finish off Puppey, and he will succeed. The Sunstrike not quite connecting there to finish off Pasha, as Virtus Pro move into the pit.
That was the fight that VP needed. Now they can start in on Roshan. I like no one's positioning here, standing outside the pit, just to still deal damage with the Exorcism. He was kind of hugging the wall to be as close as possible, but not in the pit.
Secret.
Yeah,
Roshan is still alive.
Look for Yapzor with that slam.
EMP, going to get dodged a little bit there by VP. They've got the Eclipse coming through to try and deal with the bear, but ooh, no one is dealing with mid one, forcing him back. Aegis claimed, Supernova taken out as well. And Secret not really getting too much until the blink forward yules into the air. No Echo Slam now for Yapzor as he's cleared up by Virtus Pro. The entangling claws onto no one, not accomplishing too much.
No one, as always, playing so clutch. He's such a dangerous player in these positions. He managed to have high ground vision onto the Earth Spirit or Earthshaker by the Observer Ward that they planted earlier, and he gets that quick Yules the moment he jumps in. So nice little return kill in the end there. And they do get, of course, the Aegis onto the Luna, who's building into the BKB. This is starting to assemble the pushing mechanism that we were talking about. They're having their full 5-man coming together soon. But Secret, they have to be very proactive at this point in the game. They need to shove out every single creep wave whenever they can. Invoker and Lone Druid have to be really active. And that's probably why he went for the Maelstrom into the Radiance build, just trying to be even stronger at shoving the lanes back.
Yeah, if you had the Midas, there would have been, you know, a longer lapse, a longer kind of bit of downtime for this Lone Druid, but with the Maelstrom, much nicer. Getting involved with everything indeed. We were looking at Secret's kind of range of initiation and then kind of realizing that VP don't have that. They're much more of a setup as 5 onto an objective and force the team to come into them. Outside of that, they have Tusk, Snowball.
They have good
really
reactive. They have good reactive heroes with the Snowball save and with the Omni Knight in the team. So they have 2 different ways of saving people, and that's great whenever you have a DP. So this is a typical thing that we see. We saw a DP being played earlier in the group stage where there was no save, and that just makes it so difficult to play it. But in this game, definitely there are good tools. And one thing I want to point out, this Phoenix does have the Fire Spirit's DPS and very, very close to Shivas. Almost has the entire thing.
Oh, wow. So farmed Fata on that Phoenix. So we see a 4-staff on top of the Ether Lens for the Omni. Again, just playing into all of this, you know, extending the range at which he can save his DP in the Luna. As Exorcism back up, Eclipse ready. Aegis, 2 minutes and 40 seconds until it's reclaimed, so plenty of time for VP to toy around with this, especially with no one's BKB arriving.
They need to start doing it now, though. They have to just go down the bottom lane, and already, you can see, this is why I was talking about split pushing. Phoenix just already shoving in top. He's going to push one more wave, so if you want to push the bottom tier 2 tower, it's going to be difficult to do so. They're probably opting for mid instead. They're grouping up for it.
Double Forge Spirits here now for mid one. Alacrity on one of them, sends them forward. Doing a bit of chip damage there to no one, forcing a purification.
Ramses, look at his positioning.
He's going in. He wants to try and get a bit of damage onto this tower. Force some spells out of mid one. Get some use out of this Aegis. A nice repel keeps the damage and the mana burn at bay for now. 5v5 mid. Who's going to come out on top? It's a glimpse. Snowball, nicely played by Lil. Dodges out from the Static Storm play as well, so Puppey overreaching there.
That's one tool gone for Secret now. If they want to defend this, it could be difficult. Luna dropping a little bit low and doesn't have mana for too much here.
Respecting the Blink Echo, though, and obviously the Invoker combos as well, it feels like.
A little bit surprised to see that they're backing out after the Disruptor ulti was expended there. Could be interesting if they kept pushing. The Phoenix does have the Shivas and queuing up a BKB next, so not going for the Ether Lens, or Aeon Disc. Ether Lens Phoenix, that would be quite something. Especially...
We saw it a couple of times, like fly pick back before it was changed.
Yeah, when it was still doing spell damage.
Yes.
I meant in this patch it's gonna be. Oh, they're going for the kill. Sunstrike connects cleanly onto Lil, but Luna coming in with the ulti, not gonna connect at all.
Cleanly at all, no.
And the Glimmers there, no detection.
No TP though for Puppey.
They have detection coming.
Echo Slam in the back. They've caught out a big target. It looks like Pasha will fall. Puppey and Pasha, double P. Getting taken out of the game. Tornado. Oh, not long enough range to catch solo.
If he had 1 or 2 more points in Wex there, would have gotten him. And it's actually a Hurricane Pike build on the Invoker. This is purely because the Ice Shards and the Spirit Siphon effect, the rundown from VP is quite annoying. Even the Degen aura, you don't want to get trapped or held back by it. So just giving himself a chance to build 4 stuff.
Like once you get hit by one, the rest of them
exactly, all of them will just kind of lay in on you and you can't get away.
Then it's standstill time.
They have reached a tier 2 tower though.
Finally Serpent Ward's down, but Aegis is about to expire. Like 2 seconds from now, it's going to get taken away from the hands of Ramses. As
the cold snap just stopped at least, so he regains to full HP. Always something for him.
Tower falls as Fata moves, looking for someone to catch. No one's there though. A secret 5-man group up, not coming to fruition, but Virtus Pro still toying with the idea of fighting in this Radiant jungle.
Yeah, they still want to look for something. They don't want this game to drag out too long, because in the very late game scenario, I don't think they're too comfortable going into this. But they're not too weak either. It's like Luna is she is the hardest carry in this game by quite a margin. It's just that you might not get to fights in the late game. There's going to be so much split pushing by Invoker and Lone Druid that you won't do anything. Both teams kind of staring up here mid.
Yeah, we just saw mid one queue up Boots of Travel as well. Again, playing into that split push factor. As Puppey moves on, looking for a glimpse or so. And Virtus Pro playing together though as a tight-knit unit. Illusion Rune from Yapzor tries to hold out the top wave. But Secret just so good at defending their towers. Like bottom lane, again, we come back to this point where teams just, they don't care strategically too much about bottom lane towers. It's nice gold, it's nice to get access to, jungle areas and stuff like that. But
it's the only towers that VP have gotten though. They've defended really valiantly on the mid and the top lane.
Exactly, especially Radiant side, right? Mid and top lane with a shrine there available. Roshan is super nice to TP towards.
Exactly, it's all that control, and it's going to matter quite a bit. If they can't take these tier 1 towers before Roche respawns, that can be annoying. They're going to go down mid, though, with the BKB. They have to be careful not to get chain bursted. Repel does get used here, so... Gonna take the tower during it.
Middle one not quite getting it, and Yapzor was really nicely kind of edging out there, making sure he doesn't get hit by the glaives as they bounced across. We're just waiting for a Blink Echo opportunity. Now buying a smoke for himself. With a Blink 4-staff ready, Yapzor really could be that pivotal initiation hero that Secret need to start a fight.
Yeah, that's why he's going for the Shadow Blade as well. Just trying to be able to really find whoever they want to initiate on. If they don't counter-initiate, that is. Of course, Shaker fits that role extremely well too. But looks like Secret are the ones who want to move up mid a little bit. They're both drawing where they think the enemy team could be. Both of them are wrong right now. Both playing with a lot of respect for each other. Oh, Shackle onto the bear. Gonna try and kill it. Not the easiest kill. It's gonna get healed up. It's quite a strong heal on the bear.
Back up to almost full HP.
Yep.
Lovely.
Lil doing some split pushing bottom. He's actually pushing in a way that he doesn't show himself on the minimap, which can be quite annoying because it's not always they pay attention and look down to see the ice shards flying in. And suddenly that wave is just pushing where you expected it to go the other way.
So what are we looking at talent-wise here? Yapzor, level 15, nothing spectacular there. The Phoenix closing in on level 20 though with that Icarus dive range, as well as Invoker, level 80. Like, it's so weird, with no Hand of Midas, on him, but a Midas on the Phoenix. They're equal in level. But the level 20 there, alacrity, damage, and speed, super strong. You know, you look at Cataclysm and it's like, oh, that's a pretty cool spell. Global vision, you know where your enemies are, but long cooldown and no real great, sort of in-game real uses.
I'm actually going to disagree with you. I think that Cataclysm is going to be his choice here. We'll see. They might, of course, go for the alacrity due to the bear in his team. But there are many really good uses for it. One, you can use it as a scouting tool the same way you use a Zeus ulti. And then you don't really suffer that much from it because you're still Invoker. You have tons of other spells that you can rely on. So it's not like Zeus where you suffer so much for not having the ulti. You're still powerful. And other than that, they have a lot of disable. And with the Shiva slow as well, I think the Cataclysm could come into a big play in this game.
Yeah, I guess VP grouping up as well means that you're likely to land a couple of those big hits of damage.
But primarily, it's a good tool to scout the smokes and the movements of the enemy, because it very accurately pinpoints, and it's a very nice little siren sound when you call out where the enemy are, like, yep, you're right there, where the sunshine is landing.
Moving into the BKB now for mid one. After the Boots of Travel.
Almost Aghanims on Phoenix, by the way. That's an interesting spell. So, the Aghanims Phoenix ulti refreshes every single spell of Invoker. Something to keep in mind. It does refresh spells, but not ultis. But Invoker, well, he doesn't actually have an ulti, right? He has Invoke. So, very good combination if he does it on him. Also just to save anyone who gets grabbed, of course.
Serpent Wards and Exorcism used here to get into the Roshan. Secret thinking about going in. A quick snowball onto the bear will keep Lil alive for now. A full staff out
DP,
buys the
committing.
time, but DP going in deep. There's a Static Storm in the pit. Roshan's falling. No one pops his BKB. The Blink Echo. Yapsol moves in. He's killed off the Roshan, but Ramses gets the Aegis now. The long-range Shackles onto Puppey. Move them back. Yapsol, the only casualty so far, but they will catch the Disruptor now as Virtus Pro, the 5-man movement across, playing as a unit, get themselves the Aegis Cheese on Luna. Roshan killed, and now they move towards tier 2s.
This is quite bad. They do still have the Phoenix ulti, but other than that, they expended both the Disruptor and the Shaker ulti. Gonna have to rely on Invoker to defend this high ground, and they tried to steal the Aegis, but the Shaker ulti didn't stun the Luna.
Now, Yule's up. Mid one in trouble. Silence. The Guardian Angel from VP is there, but the shards don't block mid one in.
So
pushing
fast.
out. The Supernova is doing a lot of work, but the right-click damage. Here the hits are coming in. Take down the Fata Phoenix as Ramses holds his ground on his high ground ramp. Taking down the tier 3, and Virtus Pro have suddenly kicked into gear, and they're taking down the buildings. They've got the Aegis still. The cheese has been passed over to no one's Death Prophet, but the creeps are gone.
They're
they
coming
have to
in
wait
now,
for the
though.
new wave to come in. There's a nice tornado after the initiation from Yapzor, and they force out Ramses, so he's glimpsed back into danger, but he's got a Hurricane Pike pushing him away. The Snowball save as well.
These saves.
The Savage Roar won't do enough, and now they turn back onto the bear. Yapzor jumps in, he gets the hit onto Ramses and forces the Aegis out. But Virtus Pro, they've got more tools at their disposal. They don't have BKB Luna, but they should have a Repel coming out. The
Repel was used.
It's not going to be enough to bring down the Luna until the glimpse into the waiting arms, but there's no reveal.
Oh no, they got the glimpse. That would have been an easy kill if they just had some detection there. After all that hard fighting, all those spells being used to save her, finally when she should be dead, it is just that glimmer that saves her this time.
No buybacks used by Secret though. Losing a tier 3 there and keeping the racks alive seems still like a reasonably good job defending high ground against Aegis Cheese.
They did do a good job holding, but still Ramses, you know, and his squad can be happy about themselves. They took Roshan, they then took tier 2, they then took tier 3, and in the end, what really died, they were the only ones getting kills. They got Disruptor, they got Phoenix, and they got Shaker. That's really the entire trade that we have witnessed. So not a single good thing for Secret. So they need to do more job of preventing these 5-man scenarios, because you see the strength of VP's lineup right there.
Yeah, I guess the latter stages of that was without Exorcism, right? Now it's back up. So VP can think about going again with BKBs, Exorcism, and Eclipse. Like, VP made that push without ultis, basically, just moving up high ground to take tier 3. So
Luna doesn't really need ulti to push. She just runs up and starts attacking. Now having the butterfly as well, gonna be a nice thing for her. Of course, Enchant Totem still always hits. Always something with Shaker. He can't miss her.
Get some more damage on Yapzor. Get the crit, get the Daedalus. Let's go. Fata coming in. Blink Echo. Who have they found here? Snowball will save up no one, it looks like, with a BKB turnaround as well. Goodbye, Yapzor, and maybe more as Phoenix chased down with the silence still going. Fata has no Icarus dive. He's going to be forced to ulti soon, but he's going to go for the TP instead. Do they have a stun? They've got a punch? No, the shards will come, but not any kind of finishing move. But now they focus the bear. Chased down by the Snowball, which will connect and kill.
They're
by
trying
the
to reach the hero as well. He's going to try for a TP in the corner. Can they stop him? Yeah, they can.
They've got the vision. Ace.
And immediately, you do not have any time to waste. Invoker has to push out the other lanes. They're going to go down a lane right now. 70 seconds on the Lone Druid. There's going to be a timing window right here for Virtus Pro. And sure, they use the DP ulti. But like I said, Luna does not need to have an ulti or anything to push. But she still does have hers. This is scary here for Secret.
It really is.
The pressure is coming. Your racks are already exposed. Feels like they kind of want to fight outside base if they want to defend, but I think they're going to have to suffer one racks at least going down here.
Unless mid one can pull some magical miracles.
Repel gonna stop any attempt for now, and I think they can easily come in and take this. BKB up in 12 seconds for Luna.
They've used the glyph here. A nice little play on the Luna. Means that defensive cooldowns are being forced. Force staff, repel. Purification. They're just spamming spells now, though, Secret, trying to keep VP away from these racks. But with the glaives bouncing through, it will be inevitable that they get taken down. But they can't shift top. Maybe could think about shifting mid with Exorcism down for 50 seconds, though. It looks like VP happy with the racks they've taken. Move to Shrines, control bot lane, and think about the push in about a minute or so.
They're immediately moving for the next lane here, yeah. They will have their ulti by the time they reach the enemy base. There's no push on the other lanes for Radiant yet, so VP are really getting the upper hand here and the momentum that they need to take one more set of racks. The cheese is still available for DP as well. She has it in backpack for now. We'll see if she swaps it in after using Hood or something like that.
This game has been the opposite of what I expected after draft.
It quite has been, yeah. Thought that
early game win for Secret and then mid to late game win for VP so far.
But this is roughly the timing that we should expect for the high ground push anyway. As soon as Luna has the butterfly is really when you start looking, can Secret hold on? And this is definitely looking like a tough order for them. They are queuing up the Aghanims on Lone Druid, so he wants to start pushing harder, but the push is already here.
Force staffing up. Ramses one's in.
Never scared.
He's taking a lot of damage though. BKB is forced out.
Yeah, he realizes that he's going to get glimpsed if he doesn't use BKB when he runs away here, so just going to use that one. And they dealt a bit of damage, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to take racks. Top lane Ace staying for maybe a little bit too long. Has to be careful.
No Savage Raw's nice, though.
There's a Hex on the Omni Knight.
Where did that come from?
Oh, he just pulled it out of his pocket.
Pasha has big items, and Ace feels the pain, but mid one wants to try and turn this back onto VP with a nice quick kill there over on the Tusk, but the Lone Druid's dead with the bear as well. They chase out the Luna with a Blink Aggro Slam coming in from Yap, so they've caught the two! No one. Exorcism is going, but he needs Spirit Siphons to keep himself alive. They've got Enchant Totem, and Yapso force staff forward. There we go, in onto the Death Prophet, and this is outside the Dire base. This is Virtus Pro. Maybe losing a big fight that they cannot come back from. No one dead to a triple kill from mid one. Oh boy, buybacks might be forced here.
They definitely should be. Mid one, no one. Hard to keep the names together, but yeah, we're going behind here with Pasha. Getting scouted out by an Illusion here who's being microed. Shaker is dead, so he's playing his Illusion as if it's his hero. Gotta contribute in some way.
Tier 3 not dead.
That is a big buyback to force right there. The Luna now has to play a lot more cautious. If they ever attempt to push while she doesn't have buyback up, that could be quickly game over if you lose a fight.
Phoenix with Ags.
That rotation, you saw the quickness in Secret, running all the way up there to top lane.
I was like, oh, Ace is dead, but no, he bought enough time juking and trying to TP that...
He didn't even juke for that extended period of time. It's just that Secret very quickly made the decision, we're going up there, they're going to go on him, and we're going to kill them. And that worked out beautifully for them. Both these teams showing so many sharp edges, you know, in their execution. It's beautiful to watch.
And there's the Ace Aghanims on the way that you were talking about earlier. Lone Druid moving towards it, but needs a significant amount of time to continue farming up. Not just that, but buyback. in the near future, as you just know the Virtus Pro with, next Roshan, next push, it's going to come harder and stronger. You need this bear to be split pushing out across the map as often as possible. Mid one, Ghost walked up with an Orchid now complete.
And he did go for the Alacrity damage and speed, so they're going to have a super strong bear when they want to make plays around that. The bear, however, going to maybe get brought down here once.
Oh, the tornado. That's not saving him.
Yeah, it's dead once, but that's not the biggest... Oh, actually, it is a little bit of a harm. It's 1 minute until the resummon. Wonder if they kept track of the resummon time on that. If so, they probably want to force something right now.
They should have known, right? Because they killed him top lane and then he resummoned when he respawned. And they've killed the bear immediately after. So they probably... also the fact that there's no bear out on the map, pushing lanes. The VP probably very...
Yeah, they should be able... But the timing window for taking advantage of it is starting to disappear. So they had to go sort of immediately if they wanted to play towards that downtime. Seems like they have missed that timing. And they're just going to farm up a few more items. They're finishing a Satanic on Luna. She does have the Butterfly Satanic combination. Getting pretty close to 6-slotted here, or entirely 6-slotted, I want to say. Just Travel's missing, really. And then, Moonshard. And that's about it. Luna won't really change much other than that. I guess Divine Rapier is the final item, but...
Let's see where things go. With 45 seconds until Roshan respawning, both teams will be really angling towards that pit, keeping lanes pushed out across this river. A secret maneuver mid, grouping up as 5, considering a smoke potentially. They're holding on to one on Yapzor here, but it looks like they're going to sit behind the Phoenix.
I think they're saving it a little bit.
For the Roshan.
Exactly, but even if they smoke up now, it's going to be for Roshan in a sense, because they will get a kill before Rosh respawns, and that would be quite nice. It is, of course, spawning very soon. And
mid one has been pinged.
We see the same type of smoke here coming out from VP. So they're making the move, checking Roche Pit. Not up just yet, guys.
5 seconds early.
Very soon. Yep. As they run away, Roche is coming home.
Well,
they're not finding anyone yet, but they're in a good position to do so.
Ace turns into range 4. Oh, that could have been nasty timing, but they jump Fata instead. The Phoenix is caught. The two-man Fisher will buy some time. Hexed up now, though. The Phoenix forced away. Can they get him out? No, he's dead. May have to buy back as the big Eclipse from Ramsey is chasing down into Ace, but he's TP'd away. Trying to get out of this fight. Ultis have been expended by VP.
Big Eclipse, but really only hitting the Lone Druid bear. Didn't hit anything but that in the entire duration.
And Secret have their ultis.
They did control enough to go into Roshan here. At least they feel like it. Invoker. Can he get there and do anything about this? I don't think so. This is probably going to be Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher going the way of Dire. Puppy with the split push disruptor, with the ulti. There we go. Get that damage, son.
Screw you, Grip Wave. I've got Fort Spirits coming in as well. A bit of chip damage here on the tier 3, but nothing substantial as... What do we have? Aegis, Cheese, Luna. Who has the Refresher Shard?
She has so much lifesteal now. The fact that she has both the Satanic and the level 25 lifesteal talent, she's actually lifestealing for 50% of the damage she does. That's quite the lifesteal.
That's not too shabby. So Refresher over on Omni buys the Boots of Travel, swaps out a TP scroll for the Refresher Shard. So now we've got double Hex, double GA, double Repel, big spells.
Yeah. They need a lot of these Omni spells as well, because sometimes it's easy to counter the enemy team as an Omni Knight. You just need to GA at the right time. But in this game, there's so much magical stuff going on as well. There's, obviously there's Invoker, Phoenix, Shaker, Disruptor. All of them deal tons. But even the Lone Druid has Radiance and Maelstrom. No Mjolnir yet. Soon enough, though.
Here we go. Ags time.
Yep, now that bear is suddenly way stronger. And of course, if you get picked off on Lone Druid, it doesn't matter as much anymore, because your bear is not going to die. It's going to stay alive. Split pushing. This Aghanims can be quite interesting for him, and he's going to send it up top lane. Needs to reach the enemy base so that he can start split pushing. And if you don't realize that the Aghanims is up, you could suddenly just have lost half your racks and look over and you're like, shit.
Like that Shadowblade Aghanims Deso build where the bear is just like, I'm invis and I'm now in your base with a BKB as well.
Here goes though. Aegis Luna on your high ground. What do you do?
repelled BKB satanic Aegis Luna. So.
The first step is to glyph it up and try to stop that. Need to clear the creeps really quickly here. Arcane Rune on Invoker is a pretty good sign that they could maybe fight
look
here.
At that damage!
Yep.
Holy
Bloodthorn.
shit!
Bloodthorn doing tons of work.
With that Sunray on top, YapzOr thinking about going in again, but there is no backstab for Secret available. They have
the bear
to
has reached the target. If they chase right now, they can get Rax top.
Oh, Serpent Water dropped. In they go. They've got the snowball. Lotus Sword back as they save themselves. It's Fata with a supernova now in the middle of 5 heroes. The tornado's flying across. YapzOr, can you get into the battle? He's already used his Echo Slam, but he's already dead. Down goes Fata. Now VP have to chase forward and look for kills. The top Rax is gone. Mid Rax is falling as well as the Lone Druid Bear is clearing up the Dire base. VP need to hunt for kills. They need to catch whoever they can. They've taken down Puppey's Disruptor. That's one, but the buyback from Phoenix opens things up. Mid lane, glyphed, Hex from Patcher. He will kill the bear. Tier 3 is still standing.
That is such a big win still for Secret, even though they whiffed the Shaker ulti there. I think the Rasta ward stopped him in the end there, but they got the entire top lane, everything cleared out, and the mid tower has 8 HP remaining. That the TP from Ammonite did kill the bear once, but of course resummon was available, and that is no structural damage taken by Secret. So that is what you have to worry about. You had Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher, and you goofed. You failed your push. Now you're really starting to worry if you're on the side of VP here.
Yeah, you've got Cheese and Refresher still, but that Aegis on Luna is so important. Like, we saw how quickly she died the first time. Just a Sunray and Bloodthorn. Very, very quickly dispatched.
You might even want to pass over the Refresher to Rasta. He does have level 3 wards. Oh. You're going to see Tusk getting caught out here. Bloodthorn on him. He dies so quickly. Hurricane Pike
has BKB. He can turn and fight this if he wants to. Tornado, not going to work thanks to the BKB of no one. The Hex now coming through. The Force Staff mid one trying to get out of this danger, but he didn't pop his own BKB, so now may be forced to buy back.
I don't think so.
But VP?
There's something going on, you know, on the other side of the map.
Oh, there's a bear, is there?
Yeah, there's one of those. The scary bears. So I don't know if they will be able to force the Invoker buyback at all here. They're actually grouping up, looking to take a fight top on the side of Secret. Puppey goes in deep. I'm not going to find anyone, though. So they forced everyone home. Just the threat of the bear. They saw the damage it dealt. If it did the same amount of damage it did the previous fight, there would not be a base remaining.
Insane stuff.
DD Rune. This is extremely big. If Luna takes a DD Rune fight, that's why he's not picking it immediately. You want to wait until it's going to last long enough during the team fights. So
this game has been so close. Just masterminds of Dota fighting out against each other. VP have an experienced lead, but doesn't feel like that really matters at all right now. We're looking at what level 20 talent you were mentioning.
Everything comes down.
Shackles duration.
Everything comes down to his next fight here. The Luna. This is make or break. She has 600 damage per auto attack. She doesn't even care if there was to be any backdoor regen, but there's not. Look at those racks. They just fall immediately to her. That's one lane. They cannot go for a second one because, well, there's a tier 2 tower still. But getting that lane, really important. They can now back out and start only focusing on pushing top. Likewise, we're going to see the bear starting to push out bottom because it has to be that opposite reaction kind of thing when you're defending. If the enemy is going one lane, you need to reach their base on the other lane. So this is very much a race between the Lone Druid Bear and the Dire team.
There's the Shadow Blade. Here it comes for the Spirit Bear. And then BKB queued up next, so it is the standard build for the little ratty Lone Druid.
It has so insanely high attack speed with this build. The Assault Cuirass giving quite a bit, of course. The Maelstrom turning into Mjolnir later gonna give so much. The Shadow Blade giving some. And then he has the Rabbit attack talent, which gives 40 extra on top of it. It's a 90 attack speed from Rabbit. Mid, no one looking for something. Not gonna find mid one who was around the trees.
Mid one and no one. Very close battle between those two. Clear out some Ancients here. Secret just sticking together, making sure no one gets caught out across the map because, of course, one pick-off could lead to VP securing, you know, a huge push towards your base or even just a big buyback forced out.
Mid one, no one. I'm calling it next best mid player is going to be called anyone or everyone. Oh, bottom. We're seeing an attempted kill here. Shaker gonna lead.
Blink Echo in, Supernova's there, the snowball save!
So
Lil super quick on it with the meatball dropping now though, might be enough damage with the Deafening Blast out onto them, that's a big amount of damage, but Yapso falls. Another tornado from mid one is coming through with the EMP, catching onto Ramses, but Pasha repelled up on the front lines as no one blinks forward, aggressively moving into mid one. There we go with the Ice Wall, Sunstrike thrown, but nothing to do for mid one's Invoker. And Phoenix dies, Lone Druid has to retreat, and Puppey left high and dry.
Yeah, he's going to go down. No way that he's going to survive. Resummon used by Ace just now. On the mid lane, they saw the resummon. They're thinking about killing that bear if they could, but of course, Shadowblade going to make it tricky. Buyback was expended by Tusk. Not the biggest buyback, though. Don't really concern yourself too much. And noteworthy is that Tusk has the Snowball speed talent. That talent actually makes you able to catch people much more often with a Snowball. And a godly save. He was so fast at reacting there. As soon as the Shaker ulti comes out, he was there before the second Shaker spell comes out.
Yeah, super quick from Lil. Ace brings his bear back, doesn't get it stuck in any awkward situation, but he didn't finish off the tier 3 mid, and I don't think these creeps can do it as they're one hit from death.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do it. He's going to push the next mid creep wave.
Mid one TP's out from bottom lane, very close to being caught by no one. But Lincoln Sphere is on its way for the Invoker.
They have a gem on the Rasta against this Shadowblade bear shenanigans. Would be nice to bring it down since the resummon was used. Still 1 minute to go.
Look at how farmed Solo is.
Oh, they're going behind on top. The silence is onto Omni.
Hello, Pasha. Can they kill? They can
740 damage from the Bloodthorn tick at the end. That is a lot of tick damage.
The big crits.
Oh, they have a bear taking the tier 3, but it is a little bit in trouble here.
Oh, Roshan is respawning now. Go on, Puppey.
That's a very early respawn. Both teams are probably not expecting it to already be up. They need to check it, though.
It really felt like Puppey was considered. Oh, they know now.
Yaps or knows. So Radiant, they're definitely looking towards it. Invoker already making his way over. He's going to be the one bringing the most damage to it, of course. And 1 minute without the Omni Knights. They do not know if he has buyback or not, so they're not trying to force anything, I guess. But with this Roshan attempt coming out of Secret soon, what will VP do?
What will they do?
They've got smoke. Smoke was kind of spotted by an Observer Ward, so VP are running. Oh, Solo turning back in.
Tank the gank. No one wants to fight, blinking in aggressively. They want to try and fight this, but it is a losing battle. No one forced the BKB out of him as the Tornado not going to catch. He does get himself away with a quick blink, but Virtus Pro, that may have just been a little bit of a throw there.
Yeah, they lost the gem as well in that fight. I don't know why they wanted to turn that. They didn't quite have the tools. Omni Knight is still dead, but that just shows how important the Roshan is to them. They don't want to concede it without a fight. However, they're going to have to, and this means that there's going to be a refresher on the side of Secret. Something they might even pass on to the Lone Druid in this game. It is, of course, super good on Invoker.
Yeah, the extra bear for Lone Druid, very, very nice. But what do we end up getting? Aegis and Refresher on mid one's Invoker, while the cheese gets passed to Ace. Virtus Pro all alive now. They buy back on the Shaman and the Tusk to try and get into battle, but it will not be good enough.
Yeah, soon enough, we might be seeing Lone Druid just buy straight up a Refresher as well for his bear. He still has a little bit of upgrading to do. He can still go into the Mjolnir upgrade, of course. The Radiance tick is going to reveal that his bear was near the enemy. He's going to call it back.
Maybe a Deso? Sell the Maelstrom by a Deso, potentially?
Yeah, it is possible. It's just that the attack speed is still super nice for you.
Being able to clear waves, I guess. You don't get that from Deso. But
and Mjolnir has a lot of uses, especially against fast-ticking stuff like the Spirit Siphon and Exorcism. DP in general triggers Mjolnirs very often. Oh, they're going to reach the high ground, though. The split push is not quite in time here by Secret. Looks like VP are going to be able to force a fight. This time, though, it is them who are fighting into Aegis and Refresher. Pushing up against that is a tough order.
Ramsey's
they're going.
Again, just full staffing forward. They've got the blink in from no one, trying to get a bit of a catch onto Phoenix or the Invoker. Invoker's dropping low, down to half HP. In fact, right-clicking away at no one, but he's focusing the bear. The lone druid is dying inside the fountain. He's going to get just far enough in to dodge the ghost.
Mega creeps
but
claimed.
Mega creeps have been claimed by Virtus.pro.
Meanwhile, the bear is in the base. It took mid lane. It's down. They now TP out, trying to defend, and they're going to kill the bear.
They've got the Hex in onto Ace's little bear, and down it does go. So Secret now up against Megas.
DP is still dying. She's still over here. She tried to TP out, but he canceled her. I think they managed to get her with a glimpse. Yeah. They got her with a glimpse because of the high ground vision from that ward.
And the cheese was still in the
I don't know what to say. I think he should probably have kept running for a little bit, but when you TP out so quickly after finishing a push, because obviously there's something you want to do, you want to stop the bear, sometimes it's easy to drop one person, and they lost their second most important hero.
Oh, both of these teams are playing their drafts really nicely. Like, itemizations seem, you know, spot on from
it's a top
everyone
quality
involved.
game for sure.
It really is just...
Mega creeps have been claimed, but that doesn't mean the game is anywhere near over. We're still going to see an attempt here by Secret to push down. All the lanes are in pretty good spots, honestly, so...
I haven't seen Megas versus Megas in the longest time in a game I've cast. It's been quite some time. Mid one will give away his position.
Look at all those sentries by VP. They're so prepared for this high ground push. They already know.
No, it's like, where's the bear? Where's the bear? Is he invis? Is he here? Is he there? Is the Shadow Blade Spirit Bear is...
they saw the ward being dropped. They just saw the wards being dropped, so they know they're in the base. All the sentries are being cleared.
Tier 4s. Waga.
Invoker's hitting from far away.
Secret.
Quite hard.
Are they really doing this? Tier 4 is about to drop the buyback from Death Prophet. Who's in deep here? It's the Phoenix. Lotus Orb is not going to save you, as the silence will help clear up Fata. And now Secret. Full retreat time, it feels like.
Oh,
unless the buyback
they're
into
gonna
the boost of travel. TPing in aggressively. Static Storm on solo means he's dropped. In the back end, Ace has fallen. He's going to buy back himself.
Is going
but
low.
the bear is still going. The Ancient down to half HP. VP need to hold. They need to defend. They need to kill off the bear. And Echo Slam. In comes Yaptor. The damage from on high. They've cleared up 1, 2. Look for 3. It's Ramses getting a bit of distance now. The Satanic Pop trying to heal himself back up. But the Secret Squad absolutely ruining VP's chances as they run on forward. Luna moves forward, but Pasha, he's low.
He's gonna
There's
end
the Supernova, but the bear on the throne. Yules up into the air onto the Spirit Bear, but it's dead already. Secret clear up game 1. What an absolute match between these two top-tier teams.
Yeah, the strength of both these teams really showing all the way through. In the end, it's going to be Secret who just, in a nail-biting fashion, managed to end this game. And Luna with a buyback there. If this fight was extended a little bit longer, maybe VP could even have won that fight. However, Ancient was exposed and low, and they managed to bring it down. What a play by Secret. Beautiful stuff.
Like, none of this matters. Graphs, you can just go away.
Yeah.
None of this matters. Yeah, fuck off, Graphs. Get out of here. Like, just mental fortitude from both teams. You know, they had their setbacks, they had their opportunities. It was crisp, perfect Dota until that end moment where it's just not. It's just Secret saying, we're overwhelming you, we're taking your base, and it's over.
What we said earlier when we were casting the Fnatic game, that was one of the craziest games that we've seen in a very long time. Well, this was one of the highest quality games that we've seen in a very, very long time. Definitely the best game so far of the group stage that I've seen. And really impressive stuff from both sides, just playing their drafts. I must say, the key component to Secret in the end, coming out on top, is the way they played early. They got so many good things going for them. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of clips about mid one turning that gank around, getting double kill while casually walking away, you know, landing the Sunstrike to get the second guy there. It was absolutely destruction in the early laning stage, which we didn't anticipate. Thought Virtus.pro had it early, but the recovery and then, you know, all the way through, Virtus.pro looking strong for a while, the fights around Roche.
Like, when you said, you know, Megas have fallen, and you were like, top tier teams, the game's not over yet. In the back of my head, I'm like, what's he talking about? There's no way Secret can do this. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those little things in the back of your head, like, Megas is like game over, right? But no, Secret say, not today. We've got a bear, we've got an Invoker, we've got Alacrity, we're going to take the throne.
Not in a crazy Dota game. If Mega Creeps happen around the 50-minute mark, then it's not always a desperate or a definite sign that the game is over. And they definitely had the tools. They put them to good use, and they took that game.
I'm bouncing
in style. Yeah, I can feel the adrenaline just rushing through me seeing this play. Beautiful stuff.
Game 1 of a best of 3. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're going to jump into the lobby. Game 2 coming up. Short break, guys. Stick around because this is just crazy Dota, honestly.